nothing really excites me, I guess. Like everyone says, you gotta find a job that doesn't feel like a job where you feel happy showing up to work, a job where you get excited, a job that, you know, makes you feel good. But I don't know, I can't tell you what that is for me. I have no idea what that is. And I feel like I'm never gonna know what that is. And it sucks. And I don't know, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time. Like I'm 24, I'm turning 25 in November, like less than 6 months away from, you know, being 25. And 25 is scary, dude. Like 24 is fucking scary, but 25, that's so close to 30, you know? And I don't really have anything going for me, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know, I guess I have an apartment, I have a job, you know, like, I guess that puts me ahead of a few people, but I feel like a lot of people my age, they have like college degrees and they're like settled in their jobs, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want, you know? And it sucks, I just go back and forth on shit. But I feel like if I did find something that actually made me happy and excited me, then I'd actually go through with it. But everything I think of, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and I do a bunch of research on it, and I just don't ever do anything about it or do anything to get to that. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Every week or every couple weeks or every couple months, I want to do something different. Like, for example, let's start. Well, actually, not for example. Let's go down the timeline. So, December of 2023, I guess. I was like, all right, dude, I gotta do something. I can't do nothing. Like, I gotta figure something out. And I thought, you know, I've always liked cars. I'm gonna be a mechanic, right? And then I started working at Valvoline. You know, I was a lube tech, and I was doing like oil changes and stuff. I thought that was a good starting point, right? And then after a little bit, I was like, actually, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a mechanic. But, you know, I stayed there anyway. And then I was like, I'm going to detail cars. These people, like I would see videos on TikTok and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, they're making good money. Like, I got to save up some money and buy some supplies, and I'll start detailing cars. That'll be good. And then, again, lost interest. And then I was like, I'm gonna be an auto appraisal. I'm gonna be an auto appraiser, right? So I found an auto appraisal course, and I found out what you needed to do to get your license in the state of Massachusetts. And like, I didn't have to go to college or anything. I just had to take like a course. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And I did that. I bought the course. I paid for this big ass course at it was at a community college in my city, and then I hated it. It was really, really boring. You know, insurance is incredibly exciting. Just kidding. So it sucked. I couldn't pay attention, and I couldn't pay attention. It was bad. I couldn't do it. I mean, maybe I could have if I applied myself, but I didn't, and it sucked. And then also around the same time that I was taking that course, I got into a relationship, and I started putting all my focus on that person. And instead of going to my online courses like I was supposed to, I would go hang out with that person instead. Like, that's a really, really bad problem I have, is that when I like someone, I make them my priority, which is horrible. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Like, always prioritize yourself, and, you know, have self-respect. Like, don't make someone else your entire life. You know, don't stop doing the things you should be doing to be with someone, you know. Don't do that. Horrible thing that I did. But yeah, it was really boring. I hated it. And then another thing is, I feel like I would have stuck with it if they were in-person classes, but they weren't. I originally thought that the course was in person, but no, it wasn't. It was all online. Like it would be on a Zoom call, and yeah, it wasn't fun. I could not pay attention. I feel like I would do a lot better in like a classroom setting rather than online, but I didn't have that, so yeah. So anyway, after the auto appraisal thing didn't work out, I was like, you know what? Instead of this, I'm just gonna go back to the whole mechanic idea. I'm gonna be a mechanic. I'm gonna look for a job at a dealership, and yeah. And then that lasted a couple weeks, just like everything else. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do anything physical. Let me get a nice little comfortable desk job. So I was like, you know what? Community college is free in Massachusetts now, so why not go to school for like something tech related? Like I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna go into like cybersecurity or something. And again, that lasted a couple weeks, and then I found out about the IBEW and like the electrician unions and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. So I applied for the apprenticeship, and I was like, it's a really selective apprenticeship. I'm probably not gonna get in, but if I don't get in, then I'll just go to like a trade school or something, or some sort of electrician program. And that was my next idea. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be an electrician. That's the new plan. And of course, I lost interest within a couple of weeks. And then my next plan was I'm going to be in MRI tech. I'm going to go to school for radiology, and I'm going to do x-rays all day. That didn't last very long either. And I found out how selective the MRI programs were, so there's really low chance that I was going to get in. So yeah, unless I wanted to pay for it looks like my rice is done. I don't know if you heard the beeping. I bought not to get sidetracked, but I bought a rice maker, and that thing is amazing. But what was I saying? Yeah, I was thinking about doing radiology, and that didn't really, again, lost interest. And after radiology, I was like, so at this point, I'm still working at Valvoline. Like I've been at Valvoline for like a year and a half, and then I was like, okay. What did I do? What was the plan after MRI tech? Oh, I was thinking, so this isn't really like a long-term career idea that I had. It was just something that I wanted to do for the time being. And that was, I was thinking maybe I was trying to find in like an administrative, I don't know how to say it, administrative, I don't know, assistant, like someone that sits in an office and just like does shit, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I was thinking about doing something like that. So I could have like a nice little desk job where I'm just sitting in a computer typing away all day. And then I also thought about like property management, doing that as well. Or like, I don't know, yeah, that kind of thing. I thought about doing that. And then now I'm working in the parts department at a dealership. And again, I do not want to do this long term, but I wanted to get the fuck out of Valvoline. And I figured I have a little bit of automotive experience, so I tried it. I applied to a few places, and the dealership actually took the chance on me. And now I'm on my 3rd week there, and I still have so much to learn. But anyway, I've never been able to like stick with something. Like I always come up with these ideas and things that I decide that I'm going to do or that I want to do, and then I never go through with them. Like I never actually do anything about it. Like I feel like the closest I've came to like actually trying was the auto appraisal course that I took, but I was nowhere near finishing that. And then I guess for the electrician thing, I did apply for the IBEW, but like thousands of people apply, and they choose like less than 100. So, but yeah, I don't know. One of my old coworkers at Valvoline, he was an older dude. He was like 60. he would always ask me, so what's next? What do you want to do? And I would just say that I didn't know. I never knew how to answer him whenever he would ask me. And he was like, well, the only thing I can tell you is do what you like, you know, follow what you like and try things and figure out what you don't like. And it just sucks though, because I don't know what I like. Like, this is something for another time, but I don't know. Like, if you ask me, what do you like? I won't know what to say. Or if you say, tell me about yourself, or whatever, I wouldn't know what to say. So I don't know how to find a job that aligns with my interests, because I don't know what they are. Like, if you're like, tell me what are your hobbies, I can't really answer that, dude. Like, what are my hobbies? I go on, I scroll on TikTok, I scroll on Instagram Reels. Unfortunately, that's the sad reality that I'm living in. Like, well, what do I do with my free time? Let's see, I go to work and then I get home and I make food, and then I go on my phone, and then I go to bed. And then in the morning, it's like, what do? I wake up, I get a workout in, I'll shower. But yeah, do I enjoy working out? Absolutely not. It sucks, but I do it because, you know, it's gotta be done. But yeah, I don't know. What do I like? I don't fucking know. What are my hobbies? I don't fucking know. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully I figure it out. And you know, something good that comes with being 25 or turning 25 is that my frontal lobe will develop, or should be developing soon if it already hasn't. I really, really hope that it hasn't, because I still haven't figured shit out. So hopefully once it does finish developing, then something will just click in my brain and I'll figure out what I actually want. But for now, I'm stuck. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what else to say, so I guess I'm gonna end this here. But yeah, if you can relate to this, then at least you'll know that you're not alone. And so, yeah. It sucks. You know what sucks though? Going on TikTok and seeing like 18, 19, 20-year-olds with like Lamborghinis and shit, making mad money, living in these nice luxury apartments. Sucks. But whatever, you can't compare yourself to other people. You can't. Alright, anyway. That's that. That's the end of that. Okay, bye. Bye.